You are the relationship you've been waiting for. That's what today's episode's about. Today's episode is about when God or the universe, your higher power, begins to communicate with you and connects with you in certain ways. And my question is, are you really paying attention? Are you paying attention to what's being communicated to you in this moment? Because you are the relationship you've been looking for. So here we go. Welcome back to the Intuitive Mentor Mom podcast, where we explore strategies for practicing more self-love, gratitude, and finding new ways to empower ourselves in this ever-changing healing adventure of life happening for us. I'm your host, Tara Michelle. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Intuitive Mentor Mom podcast. So happy to be with all of you again. And today's episode is going to be a little story about something that shifted and occurred for me last weekend and the week prior. I had some moments that I want to share about that are aligned with music, songs, and how spirit communicates with me through music and film. But before we get into that, I do want to just say quickly, this will be the last episode of Intuitive Mentor Mom, because in the next episode, I will be launching the new podcast. I'm not going to go into the name, I'll share it then, but I'm very excited. And I want to say thank you to all of you that have been on this journey with me over the last year. I just felt it was important for me to rebrand this podcast to really speak to really where I'm coming from. Really, I think what's at my core. And although, yes, I'm intuitive. Yes, I'm a mentor. Yes, I'm a mom. Every time I say that name, it doesn't land in terms of, I think, the message that I'm really trying to put out there. So that's what's going to happen next week on the next episode. So 2 weeks from today. So I hope many of you will stick around and continue to listen. It will continue to be about life happening for us and not to us, and who are we going to be and all of that. But let's go ahead and get on with this story. And again, welcome back to all of those who have been supporting me, following me on this journey. It's been a little over a year now. And I just want to thank all of you. And then to those of you that are new, welcome to the podcast. And yes, there will be a shift in the next episode, but my name is Tara Michelle, and I am the host of the show. And, the show is really about how life is happening for us, not to us. And I'm going to go ahead and get into this story because I don't want this episode to be too long. So, this story is about a recent moment I had where my heart and mind had a complete shift in perspective when it comes to love of self. And something that I want to share that I came to understand over the years is that my higher power, or God, as I like to say, communicates with me through music. Music really speaks to me. Music is literally the heartbeat of my soul. But spirit will utilize music as well as film. So film will also speak to me. And what that looks like is I could be in a certain time in my life where I'm processing or going through something, and I'll decide I want to watch a movie, and I'll flip through, hey, Prime or Netflix or something, and I'll just pick a movie. And it just happens to be that there will be a line or the content or the context of the movie is exactly what I needed to hear. And things will be said, and I will actually get aha moments that are happening in my life through the movie. Another thing that spirit does is I wake up almost every day with music in my head, and it's wild. And it took me a long time, probably in my early 30s, did I come to realize, oh, these songs that are in my head actually have something to do with my life. And they often are a reflection of wherever I'm standing in my life. Like recently, there was a song, Lies, Lies, Lies by Thompson Twins. I shouldn't say recently, it was earlier this year or last year. I was dating somebody and it wasn't the best person to be dating. And Lies, Lies, Lies kept coming up. And I was like, why that song? I haven't heard that song in like, I don't know, 30 years or something. And then it dawned on me, oh, yeah, it's referring to this person. Another time when I was moving through a pretty intense, a pretty intense time in my life where I was doing a lot of self-reflecting and really doing an overhaul within myself. And and honestly tired of the journey and really ready to be done with it. And continuing to ask God, like, can I please just be done with this? And one morning I woke up with this song by Trevor Hall, You Can't Rush Your Healing. So God was like, hey, babe, you can't rush your healing. Okay. You can't rush your healing. It's such a great song. I'm not going to try and sing it because I'm not a singer. And then another time is Magic by Olivia Newton-John from Xanadu. Another time, over the moon in my life, have an amazing time in at a pivotal moment where I had the big breakthrough, and that song came on. And I was like, oh, that's a good song. And so what do? I go ahead and I'm like, oh, let me go listen to the lyrics. And as I play the music, I listen to the lyrics. I'm like, holy cow. It was this whole new awakening to even that song, because that song has always really spoke to me as like, it's Xanadu, it's Olivia Newton-John, it's put on your roller skates and watch the movies and be in the 70s, right? And but really what I came to recognize, this was last year, is how beautiful that song is and how that song was really how I saw it today. Can't say that this is why it was written, but this is how I saw it today, was it was my guides or my higher power speaking to me, telling me that they are always with me. They're never not with me. And that every day there's this magic and miracles and that the power within myself, like everything around me is something of a beautiful creation. And that I never have to doubt. All I have to do is ask, like it's always there. And I thought, wow, I never heard the song in that way. So I have this whole new relationship to magic. It's a beautiful song. So now to get into today's story, and that was just a little recap as to how spirit communicates with me through music. But this story is a really simple one, and it cracks something open within my heart, and I hope it does for you too as I share. So last week, or I should say the week before now, we had to do a quick trip to Arkansas. My mom was not well, and so we had to jump in the car and go visit and see what was going on. And on our very long journey, we were listening to yacht rock because who doesn't need a little dose of yacht rock when you're on a long road trip? And the thing I love about yacht rock is it's the velvet 70s, 80s love songs, and it really is this comfort music for me. It's music that literally speaks to me and has me feel, completely cradled from that time. Just, you know, soft rock. It's just the coolest. So there we are driving, and a song that I had literally forgotten about, Lionel Richie's song, Truly. Okay. That song comes on, and I almost laughed because I just thought, what a drippy, sappy love song. But I went ahead and turned it up. And I turned it up because it took me back to that time. It took me back to, couple skate or dances or middle school moments that are awkward and slow songs. And it was this moment of just softening into that time and allowing that song to play and enjoying the sappiness of it all. So then I forgot about it. I had that moment, sweet innocence of the 80s, and listening to Truly by Lionel Richie, having all these memories of life then. And then I forgot about it, went about our day. Fast forward to this last weekend, I was spending the day with someone I'm dating and somebody really special. And we were having the most magical day. We hadn't seen each other in a few weeks, and it was the perfect day. Like everything was aligned. It was beautiful weather, great food, lots of laughs. We were hanging in the lake and just having an amazing time. And we were listening to yacht rock. And so the song All Night Long by Lionel Richie comes on. And what was funny is he then says, Lionel Richie really made the Commodores. He was the Commodores. And we were talking about the song All Night Long. And I said, so true. I said, but with this song, he totally sold out. He totally sold out with this song. And, we kind of laughed about it. But in my mind, it was a very flippant comment at the time. And I was thinking to myself, because the Commodores were like the shit, that's full blown 70s funk roots. It was amazing. And then you come to All Night Long and it's just 80s pop, glittery, glamorous, lots of high energy colors. It's like, ta, it's all this energy. And, in that moment, I thought, what a sellout moment. That's what I thought. Now, I'm not going to say anything more because I want to get to the rest of the story because I have to go back and retract some thoughts I had that day. But that is what I was thinking in that moment. Now, the other thing that I thought was very interesting as I was thinking about how he had sold out on that song is I was thinking, here you're going to say he sold out on that song, yet you knew every word to the song. You knew every dance move to the video, and you couldn't wait for that video to come on Friday Night Tracks, which was a show that my friend and I, Lisa, we would watch on Friday nights. And we couldn't wait for that song. So I even thought that was funny. Like, here you're going to say, what are you, such a music snob today, Tara, that you're going to say, what a sellout? When in fact, it was like one of your favorite songs at the time. So those are some things that I was thinking about. And then our day continued to carry on, and it was a beautiful day. Here's where it gets interesting. The next morning, I wake up and I'm hearing that song, Truly, by Lionel Richie in my head. The moment I wake up, literally my eyes open and the lyrics, girl, tell me only this. I won't try and sing. I'm going to try and sing, but I'm not going to try and sing. You know the song. So that song is playing in my head and it's gently whispering in my mind, right? And I'm thinking, oh, I love that song. And then I thought to myself, oh my gosh, is that the universe like telling me about the amazing day I just had yesterday? Like, oh my God, that's my girl brain. My girl brain goes off. It's like, oh my God, it's yesterday. No, it really wasn't. But that's the female brain doing her thing. And, because I had an amazing day with this amazing human. And I thought, oh my God, that's such a perfect song. It's so beautiful. But then what happened was I realized, okay, I'm going to read the lyrics to this song and I'm going to take the dogs for a walk and then I'm going to play the song. Because given that, God, you were playing the song in my head, there's something you want me to hear. So I'm going to get dressed, I'm going to take the dogs out, and I'm going to put that song on. I'm going to tell you something really shifted on my walk. Because as I was listening to that song, it wasn't about the person I was with yesterday. It wasn't even about us. This song was totally dedicated to me. And this was a love song to myself. It was a love song from God, maybe even myself, but it was a love song to me. Because here's what I'd been reflecting on, and even a conversation that I brought up to this person I was with the day before, is I really wanted to, or I should say, I was practicing not needing that validation from outside of me, not needing validation, like the kind that comes from text being answered a certain way or at a certain time, or people showing up in a way that I expect, or even love being defined by reciprocity. Like that's something I was really practicing or have been practicing because so much of what we think during those times often occurs like rejection. Like if, somebody doesn't respond to you right away or they don't respond in a way that you want, a lot of times people will start going down this track of I'm feeling rejected or whatever the story is. When really it's just a story that is being made up by your ego in that moment because it is feeling the need to protect you at all costs because there's some trauma underneath that, right? But the truth was, this song was playing because my love is a frequency. My joy, my presence, my beingness, that is all mine. And it doesn't have to shift because someone else's silence or their delay or whoever it is, however they show up, that love, that frequency, that presence, and that beingness within me doesn't have to shift. It doesn't have to change. And so that morning, as I'm walking with the dogs, and I put Truly on, I must have listened to it like 4 or 5 times. And and then I started listening it not from the context of like this memory of some romantic ideal, but as this message that God is truly in love with me, that I'm truly in love with me. And I could feel it. I could feel it in the breeze. I could feel it literally. Butterflies were flying in front of me. The dogs were happy. Their tails are wagging while they're walking and they're smiling. I could see their smiles. The birds are singing and they're literally calling across the sky to one another. And I am wrapped up in that moment, just feeling love, like real, unconditional, divine love. And in that moment, I then recognize for myself that I don't need to chase love. I am the love that I need. I am the relationship that I seek. It's not for me to have to perform for it. It's not for me to prove that I'm worthy of it. I'm here to remember it in this moment right now, to root into it and to rise from it because I am it. I am that relationship that I seek. And so maybe that song truly wasn't as sappy as I thought it was. Maybe it's actually medicine for my soul. It's medicine for my soul in that moment. And what I like to think is that it was God's way of saying, hey, Tara, you're loved. You are loved. You are needed. You are seen truly in that very moment. So if you're listening to this and you've been seeking something or someone outside of you, like some response to tell you that you're okay, I want to tell you, you're okay. And maybe this is it. Maybe this song is for you too. So I encourage you, break out your phone, look up Truly by Lionel Richie, read the words, but go outside and really hear it as it's being sang to you. Like you are enough. You're more than enough. You're exquisite. You are the relationship you've been waiting for. You, only you, only you. And that's what I wanted to share today because it was such a powerful moment for me to realize that, hey, I could have taken that song and been like, oh my God, yes, it was all about yesterday. But no, it really wasn't. It was really about, no, you're in this moment today, girl. And you truly, truly are the inspiration or the love or whatever it is. Like, whatever it is that I need to feel, I am that. And I'm going to say, you are that. So be that for you. Be it for you now. So I want to thank all of you for being with me today. Thanks for listening. And if any of this spoke to you, if any of this resonated for you, I encourage you, please share it. Share it with a friend. Um, better yet, like I said, turn on the song Truly. Go for a walk. Really, I encourage you to do it. And I would love to hear if you do it, like what shifted for you? What happened? What opened up? How did you hear it? How did you see it? Did you see it newly as I did? Because it's a really beautiful song. And yes, it could be that sappy 80s love song that's on the Yacht Rock station, but it's also just a beautiful song. And it really had me see that Lionel Richie really wasn't selling out. Like who he was being was he needed to be his fullest self expression. And maybe where he was in the state of the Commodores was holding him back. Because when you think about so many of the beautiful love songs that he wrote, just so many beautiful songs. And that was his fullest self expression in that moment. And so, it had me shift a lot of perspectives and remove me out of the state of judgment and put me into a new paradigm around these songs are just self-healing, self-love. That's what it's about. Because this is life happening for me. It's happening for me in this moment. And it's wanting me to see something newly and different. So I leave you all with that. I thank you so much for being here with me this week. As a reminder, hopefully, I should be on track with the next episode 2 weeks from now. If not, forgive me. It is because I'm going to be rehauling everything and we will be relaunching this show. But I look forward to being with all of you. Thank you so much because I will be back with more stories, more soul, and more reminders of how life is always working for us. Have a blessed day and we'll see you soon. Thank you for coming on this healing adventure today. If you're starting to see how everything is falling into place for you, consider rating the show and sharing it with one of your friends. Keep that spirit alive and join me next week, same place, same time. Have a great week.